5-time world champions, the kings of samba football, the legendary yellow shirts. Yesterday, Brazil was seconds away from total disaster. Yes, actual seconds. 95 minutes on the clock, and Brazil was staring at one of the biggest World Cup humiliations in modern history. Knocked out by Japan, a team almost nobody expected to push them this far. Think about that pressure. An entire nation watching in panic. Brazil's football legacy hanging by a thread. This was not just another knockout game. This was a 95-minute survival story. And what happened at the end changed everything. Round of 32. Houston, Texas. On paper, this looked simple. Brazil should win, move on, and keep chasing trophy number 6. But Japan had other plans. From the first whistle, Japan looked fearless. Their pressing was sharp. Their shape was compact. Every passing lane was blocked. Vinicius looked trapped. Brazil looked frustrated. And then, in the 29th minute, the shock arrived. Kaishu Sano wins the ball in midfield, drives forward, sees space, and fires from distance. Straight past Alisson. Goal. Japan 1. Brazil 0. The stadium froze. Brazil looked rattled. Slow. Nervous. Completely out of rhythm. For the rest of the half, Japan controlled the chaos. The giant was bleeding. Halftime changed everything. Brazil knew they were in danger. So they made the move. Endrick came on. More speed. More risk. More aggression. And instantly, Brazil looked alive. Wave after wave of attack. Shot after shot. But Japan's goalkeeper Zion Suzuki was unreal. Save after save. Keeping Brazil alive in their nightmare. Then came minute 56. Gabriel Martinelli lifts a perfect cross into the box. Casemiro rises. Powerful header. No chance. Goal. 1-1. Brazil was back. But the pressure did not disappear. Because now, every second mattered. The clock kept moving. 80 minutes. 85. 90. Still tied. Japan dropped deeper. Defending with everything. Brazil kept pushing. Looking for one final opening. Minute 93. Nothing. Minute 94. Still nothing. Extra time felt inevitable. Fans were already preparing for another brutal 30 minutes. Then, one final chance. The last attack. Bruno Guimaraes gets the ball outside the box. He spots the smallest gap. A perfect low pass through the crowd. And suddenly, everything changes. Out of nowhere, Gabriel Martinelli arrives. One touch. Right foot. Past the keeper. Off the post. Into the net. Goal. 95th minute. Absolute madness. The Brazilian bench explodes onto the pitch. Martinelli loses his mind. Japan collapses. Heartbreak. Brazil survives. The great escape is complete. For 95 minutes, Japan pushed one of football's biggest giants to the absolute edge. And for a moment, it looked like history was about to be written. But when everything was falling apart, Brazil found a way. That is what champions do. Japan leaves with heartbreak, but with their heads held high after delivering one of the bravest performances of this World Cup. Brazil moves on. But now the real fear begins. Because if they almost collapsed against Japan, what happens when they face the real monsters of this tournament? Was this Brazil's wake-up call, or the first sign that this team is not ready for the title? Drop your prediction in the comments, and subscribe for more World Cup drama.